Hello. You probably have heard this phrase, this is the reality. And I never fucking believe it, honestly. Because I deeply believe that everyone is born to be kind and to be loving, and we are taught to act a certain way. Or maybe we've been through experience and we never heal from trauma and all that things. So we act the way we act now. We perceive the world as how we used to perceive. And recently I have quite a different thoughts. I realize maybe the phrase of this is the reality is not to implies that this is how the reality should be, right? Cold-hearted, backstab, betrayers, money hunger, friends with benefit, whatever it is. But it's about recognizing that this is the world right now, that there are many different people and everyone has their own perspective, has their own belief, has their own upbringing, and at the end everyone has their own truth, and my truth doesn't mean it's the absolute truth and same as others as well, but that my truth align with me, which is to treat people with kindness and to treat people with compassion. The reason why I can share a lot of personal things is because I believe there's nothing to lose in sharing this. Yeah, unless people want to keep using it to against me and annoy me, right? But I find it enjoyable, and I feel this resonation. Is it resonation a word? That when I share with people, I feel in a way connected, that someone out there can understand. Even if they can't, it's like I allow my thoughts to be flow through my mouth. Expression, basically. Whether it's through words or through writing, speaking, or art. So I think that's something that interesting. Some people are very cautious with that. I remember there was a classmate, sometimes we just ask some simple question and she just want to know why before even answering it. And it's not even that deep of a question, but just a small example of how different people will perceive different things. Threats, for example. And start to think a little bit different. I still overthink, yes. I have a high perception and high awareness, and I understand things, but I still cannot shake my thoughts from looping and replaying. So that's one of the things for my struggle with OCD. And it's painful, right? I understand that, and it takes time for me to truly live with it and to let go. It's more than just OCD itself, because maybe to me it's more towards trauma, trying to avoid bad things happen, trying to avoid seeing as a bad person, and it can be definitely a difficult challenge and taking my time. So I think, based on all the incidents that happened to me, my life, I might be 24 years old, but sometimes I feel like I have such an old soul. And honestly, thinking about it, maybe God, if you are a believer, right, I feel like God assigned me a different task. Some people, they struggle with financial stability, and then maybe I'm not there yet. And sure, I'm not making my own money. I live with parents. I'm only working part-time once a week, even though I want to work more, and I'm still searching for jobs. But I starting to think maybe it's not something for me to keep concerning. It's not to say, oh, take it for granted, but I do see my effort, and I know I care. I care about my life. I care about my future, my career, how it goes. I care about making a living on my own, not to constantly rely on others. I want to create my own space and my own time and my own peace. I care about all these things, and it's not like I just be like, just let my parents feed me. So I know I care. It's just that I tend to overthink. Like I said, OCD, right? Replaying again and again, just to make sure that I'm actually a good person. And I seek validation and confirmation from friends or family to make sure that I am a good person. And maybe the truth is, I'm not a good person. Maybe the truth is, I'm not good enough and never will be. But the real question is it okay to not be good enough? And I think this question is not something people commonly ask. It's just that, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I need to be good enough. And I noticed that my good enough is actually tied to my worth. If I'm not good enough, if I don't provide value, then I'm not worthy of love. I'm not worthy of caring and to be valued by people. But that's not the truth, because I have made friends over the years, and the older I grow, the wiser friend that I make. I know you're watching. And I'm really grateful, because these friends, whatever tall or short, whatever man or woman, or whatever chill guy or quiet guy or deep philosopher or emotional sentimental being like myself, I'm really grateful that I met them, and they opened my eyes to see that the world is not how I used to think. And I think the most important thing is me willing to believe that maybe the way I view things is not how it should be for me. And that's my reality. And everyone has their own reality. Some people, they interact, maybe they have one or two girlfriends before, now they broke up, now they suddenly think every woman is bad or cheater, right? Or maybe because I have friends that who betrays or look down on me, and now I feel fearful to losing real friends and truthful friends. And I just feel like me, in my case, being affected so much by the past, so many internalized thoughts that I have. And I also tell my friends that maybe there is no such thing as a weak or a strong man, honestly. I feel like these terms come from comparison, and to me, what it means for me, how do I view myself now? And yes, I am not a weak man. I am wiser. Instead of I am stronger, I am wiser now, because of all the things that I will go through. You know, people might think, what do you go through, man? You haven't seen the reality yet, or you're not old enough to work yet, blah, 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 blah. But the truth is, everyone go through different things. Primary school, high school, college, work, married life, everyone have their own experience, and wisdom is developed not through age. Not everyone that is older means they are wiser, but everyone who is willing to reflect on their past, on their experience, I think that's when they gain wisdom from experience. Because not to compare like, oh, you loser, always complain, blah, 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 right? But it's about the awareness of yourself. And I know it's very easy to just say that, so I'm just making a general point, especially based on my experience, because I know everyone is different. Everyone has their own struggle. And in my experience, I feel more healed because I learned to know myself and forgive myself that, yeah, I'm not as perfect person, so much flaw inside and out. I struggle here and there, I overthink, I over-explain. But I'm still me at the end. No matter how much I change, I am still who I am to begin with. And it's such a paradox because, change for better, right? But what does it mean to be better? I think at the end it's about knowing yourself, knowing your weakness and your strength, and improve, change if you want to. But your core being, your core value It's not defined by anything outside. It's not defined by how good you are or how rich, how successful you are. Because in another way, what if you are none of this one day? Maybe you are broke. Maybe you fail at something you've been trying for 10 years, still not successful. Does that mean you are useless? Yeah, maybe it means you're useless, but at the job, not the at very core being. That at least I don't believe. You are still you at the end, and you are enough. You're here to experience life, not to continue just to torture yourself because you want to excel. We deserve to thrive. We deserve to improve. It's like playing games, Why not improve if I want to, right? I just noticed my nostrils like, oh, sorry. And yeah, take your time. I got lost track by my nose, god damn it. So hopefully this video helped whoever is struggling out there. So I struggle a lot, and I start to embrace myself. Start to think back all the things that have changed, all the things that I've let go of control, all the things that I risk to regain this self-confidence. And self-confidence to me is not about must success, guarantee win or lose, But it's rather about whether win or lose, I'm still here with myself. And I think that's the self-confidence we need. Because losing doesn't mean the end of the world. At least in my case. Take care everyone, and I will see you guys next time. Yeah.